Viewers, the Modi Gallery of the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya opened to the public in January this year, a gallery that captures the life and times of Prime Minister Modi in pictures depicting his meteoric rise in the political spectrum from the son of a poor mother to the Prime Minister of the country. Times Now's executive editor Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan visited the Modi Gallery to get you an exclusive sneak peek of what to expect in the PM's museum. Here is a special report.
We're here at the Prime Minister's Museum and Library to talk to us. We have with us the Vice Chairperson, Dr. A. Suryaprakash. Mr. Suryaprakash, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
In the midst of the Lok Sabha elections, you have this gallery of democracy over here at the Prime Minister's Museum. And you have showcased from general elections to India's democratic foundations to, of course, a presentation here on Election Commission. It's very relevant for people today to understand what our entire democratic process is. Take us through what really you're trying to showcase here.
Yeah, for example, this is Foundations of Indian Democracy. You know, it goes back to the Rig Veda. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one, but the wise perceive it differently. In my view, that's the foundation of Indian democracy. The idea that there is diversity of thought. That is the foundations of our democracy and our secular thought and tradition in this country. That is why I say that we are civilizationally democratic. We are civilizationally secular. That permeates into our constitution. If you look at Article 14, equality before law, equal protection of law, Article 15, there shall be no discrimination on the grounds of sex, caste, creed, this, that, and the other, and so on and so forth. As you go along, you know, all these provisions which are there, minority rights in Article 25, 26, 29, 30, all of that, the whole purpose of that is to ensure we have a very healthy, vibrant, democratic environment and a secular environment. And that has been possible because of the foundations, civilizationally, that we were inclined towards democratic practice.
You've covered this democracy and constitution quite extensively. Given that this is a museum dedicated to the prime ministers of the country, why did you feel the need to showcase this?
This is very important because if you look at our prime ministers, for example, we've had 15 prime ministers to date, except Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Narendra Modi. 13 of them are either Congress prime ministers or prime ministers who began their political journey in the Congress party. But they were in different parties, Janata Party, Janata Dal, what have you. So it is this diversity, you see, in diversity in terms of political thought and all that, that is very important. So when we talk of a museum of prime ministers, the foundations of that lie in our democratic process and the plurality of our politics and what you see in our society.
Also recently opened here at the Prime Minister's Memorial Museum and Library is the Narendra Modi Gallery. Let's talk to Mr. Prakash about what's different. I see, sir, you have showcased his early life here. Take us through, is there any different approach you have taken in this gallery?
No, generally in every Prime Minister's gallery, you have the early life part, then his entry into politics and his rise in terms of government and offices the person has held and so on and so forth. So here, this is early life and political journey of Narendra Modi ji.
As a child over there.
As a child, he was born in 1950.
This is the tea stall in Vadnagar.
Yeah, this is a tea stall in Vadnagar, 1965 war. You know, the soldiers were passing through that railway station and so on and so forth. And then we come to 1972, joins the Rashtriya Swayamsevak and takes a conscious decision to devote his entire life to public service. And then, of course, the emergency where Modi ji went underground and he was helping the families of those who were arrested under Misa and so on. And then you have slowly the Nyaya Yatra to fight for rights of the poor, and then he is with Advani ji. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Lok Shakti Yatra, which he organized. The campaign he began. Then he becomes the National General Secretary of the party. Then he is sworn in as Chief Minister of Gujarat. And 2002 he leads the party to success in the assembly elections in Gujarat. 2007 he becomes the longest serving Chief Minister of Gujarat for the third time.
Right.
Then 2011 is his Sadbhavana mission. Then leads the BJP to another victory in the Gujarat Assembly polls. 2012 becomes CM for the fourth time.
Yeah. Any particular reason you didn't mention his participation in the Rath Yatra, because the Ram Temple movement was very closely associated?
Yes. No. There is no particular reason for missing that, but we have showcased his this thing with Advani ji in one of those yatras.
Okay.
In 1987.
Okay. Is it in the Nyaya Yatra?
Nyaya.
Okay. So the Nyaya Yatra is there. Also, two other very interesting themes. You've spoken about Indian culture as well as national security. You have an entire cinema as well that you have made, a short film that you have made to showcase that. You have mentioned, of course, the surgical strikes, which is an important aspect. Take us through what is the idea behind creating this presentation on national security.
This is very important because we believe that our visitors into the museum, when you see India's journey, the kind of hesitation that used to be there earlier, our economic constraints that were there in dealing with national security issues, in arming ourselves, all those things, the journey from 1950, and you have now come to a stage where you are indigenously producing defense hardware. Our defense exports have touched 1 billion. I think it's very important for citizens to know that, isn't it? So that gives the citizens the kind of confidence they must have in regard to this nation, the journey of this nation over the years, and the sense of security and well-being that every citizen must have in the light of these developments and the progress we have made in the defense sector.
Interesting to see over here, you have the actual uniform that was worn by Prime Minister Modi just about 6 months ago in 2023, October 25th November, in fact, where he flew the LCA Tejas. Take us through what all we are seeing over here.
Well, this is the gear worn by pilots, and of course, this is especially for Narendra Modi, as you can see the label there. And here is this picture of him in the aircraft. And this is the gear which all of them get. And we are happy that this has been given to this museum by the Prime Minister.
This is the Prime Minister's gallery that you just saw, a glimpse of where, in fact, several of the presentations, and particularly not just the past 10 years of Prime Minister Modi's work as a Prime Minister of India, but also his early life, all have been very clearly showcased over here. With Yogesh, Madhvas Gopalakrishnan in New Delhi for Times Now.